Today's video is brought to you by Extra Space Storage.
Hi, I'm Marie.
Hey, I'm Jerod.
Welcome to Seaside. Come in.
Come on in. Okay, so all of this started a couple years ago. I've been watching tiny house videos on YouTube and whatnot for the last 4 or 5 years. And then last year we came to the Tiny House Festival here in Conyers, and we really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it a lot. I got a lot of inspiration, a lot of ideas coming from construction my whole life. A lot of the way things are done in these tiny homes is very innovative, and you get a different perspective on how people use things.
And my inspiration came from Seaside. I was so inspired that I want to live by the beach, that I wanted a beach home. And we both thought, we were like, well, why not create an Airbnb, something somebody could truly enjoy? And so that's where the inspiration came. The teal colors, the light gray floor, the white shiplap just reminds me of a happy place of where I want to live and where I want to be on my vacation. Welcome to the kitchen. We designed it with acacia wood butcher block. So the sink is a 30-inch sink, full size. It has drop-down gooseneck faucet. It has a drying rack, your cutting block. It also rolls over. You have a space where you can wash your vegetables, and you also can wash the dishes without worrying about scratching your stainless steel sink. 4-burner stove. You have a convection microwave and oven. We have plenty of outlets to plug in. We also have a full-size fridge that conveniently opens, fully stocked, freezer. You have a storage space underneath in the refrigerator. You also have an additional side that you can reuse here. Lift this up, and you have extra cutting space and cooking space if you need it, or dining space as well. So when designing this, we thought, how cool would it be to be able to eat breakfast, look outside, and also have enough space to do homework, or cooking, or prepping. And so this was our little area that we decided on for just family time and entertaining. And at this table, you can seat 4 people if one leaf is up, or 8 fully extended.
So welcome to the living area. This is one of my favorite rooms in the house, right in front of the TV. You could pretty much fit any size TV you want on this wall. We have more of the acacia wood butcher block as a coffee table, and a full-size love seat sofa that also folds down into a futon. So you can sleep, another person or 2 little kids down here as well. We also have the sliding glass door, lets all the light in. And if you're tired of the light, you can block it all off, and you can have your privacy as well. Yeah, so being able to have all of this light is one thing, but being able to just open your door, let all the air flow through the house. You can open the windows, and it pulls a nice, crisp, fresh breeze through the house. And once we get it parked somewhere, we'll build like a nice full-size deck right out of the back. So you can go outside, have your grill, and then come inside and enjoy.
On the transition to the loft, I wanted something that was inspired a little bit by Beauty and the Beast in the library scene. So when Belle's on the stairs, this is what it reminded me of. So this is our way to our sleep area, to our beautiful loft upstairs. Come on up. Welcome to the master loft. Up here we have a queen-size bed. We have both floating shelves on either side with outlets to be able to charge. We have recessed lighting above me. We have our egress window behind me, and it is a beautiful space just to enjoy the overview. So in our master loft, we made enough space on either side to either get dressed, change, put your shoes on, make the bed, and enjoy your room in your own comfort. So this ladder is the additional loft that we have. It's considered the kids' loft. It's pretty cool. It has 2 twin beds, but I want you to see it for yourself. Let's go up. So in this kid's loft, we have 2 twin beds, enough area in the middle and both sides, also floating shelves, and we have recessed lighting up here as well for you to enjoy. The kids could watch Netflix. They could plug in their accessories, their TVs, their little tablets, and they're good to go. And also enjoy the view from upstairs. Up here, you can see the mini split. It's both heat and cold, and it's completely ductless. And if you were in the room right now, you would know it's comfortable, very comfortable. This mini split is energy efficient. It's perfect for the size. It actually is meant for a bigger space, so it definitely does not waste energy at all. You feel instant heat or instant cold.
Hi, I'm Kat with Tiny Home Tours. Today's video is sponsored by Extra Space Storage. Head on over to their channel to check out a full tour of Jessie's Commander conversion. Jessie has been living in her 1978 Dodge Commander with her cat Moonchie since 2017. Along the way, she's picked up a lot of skills from home renovation to vintage car maintenance. Check out this tour of her rig Mander and to see more of her life on the road. Jessie's 3 years on the road have taught her that you can never have too much storage when living tiny. Her DIY renovation of Mander is packed full of thrifty space-saving solutions. Jessie has come up with a ton of clever solutions to storing all of your most needed items for van life, and because we understand the value of having the perfect place to keep your things, we know that you may not want to keep everything in your van. That is where Extra Space Storage comes in. With over 1 million storage units, you're bound to find the perfect spot for all your storage needs.
So when we got it, everything had to come down once I started tearing into it. Fortunately, I got a good enough deal on the trailer. You know, it made it worth it. But we took everything down and started from the trailer frame and went up. So everything was all done by us.
We did framing of the walls 2x4. We used rock wall insulation, so it's really insulated against the weather, the hot, the cold, snow. It's completely insulated on the roof, the walls, and the floor. So it's soundproof. I mean, you hear the difference when you open and close the doors or even the windows, just the exterior noise that comes from the outside.
All right, so we're gonna head into the bathroom now. It starts off with these split barn doors. I didn't like the one real big door. The split makes it nice. It keeps the area small enough to enjoy, but it also, with this cedar wood, it goes along with the outside. So we brought that effect right on into the inside as well. So welcome to the bathroom area. This is my favorite part of the house. I designed this part because I wanted the maximum amount of space, because to me, either the kitchen, but the bathroom is really the best part of a house. So I made this a full-size, true full-size bathroom. Full-size toilet, a stacking washer and dryer, the nicest shower we could put in. We got this body spray, the rain head, the whole spiel. So it works out really well. Nice full-size sink and some extra storage and things in there. We also have a GFI outlet in there. That's where the hair dryer goes. So everybody's taken care of here. This is an awesome spot. We wanted the best shower we could possibly put in here. So we went all out. We have the slit window, makes it nice and private. You know, you could just barely see over, but you still get light, natural light in the bathroom for doing makeup and whatever else. But the shower is where it's at. Tile, glass tile trim, the full spa shower feel with the wand and the rain head as well. I absolutely love this thing. So what we wanted here was a regular house toilet. Everybody knows how to use them. You know, there's no trying to figure out like the composting toilets or anything. It's plumbed in just like a house. It all runs out to a waste line that you can hook up at any RV park, so you have permanent plumbing. So we wanted the natural feel of wood, but we didn't really like too much wood. That's why we went with the darker acacia wood as the trim. But here we wanted a nice white shiplap. You know, it's light, it opens everything up, makes everything just that much bigger. But you still have that nice natural wood feel. So our goals with this were, because we have, you know, our own house and we kind of built this on the side of it. The intention has always kind of been to, you know, either sell it, but I really envision this thing sitting by the water as maybe a, you know, vacation rental property, Airbnb, whatever. You know, that's kind of the goal with it. Let other people enjoy what I've gotten out of it as well.
So we created it as well to my taste, to my liking. So it's actually my dream home. So I want to plan on staying in it when it's not rented out.
All right, so this is the outside. We wanted to go with something modern, but still have a nice natural wood feel. So this is called Seaside for a reason. That's where I imagine this being parked, right next to a beach or a lake somewhere. We have all the cedar chevron pattern. Obviously the windows. Right here is where the mini split comes out. And that's in a chase that goes all the way to the front where the exterior unit is. It's all nice, clean lines, so everything looks as good as you possibly can make it. We have a regular garden hose spigot, so you can have, you know, water, wash your feet off, whatever you want to do. We also have the waistline that comes out. That could be hooked up to any septic at an RV park or directly into a tow tank. So around here, we have the front side of the trailer. We have a kind of a garage storage space. On this half, it opens up, and that's where we have the water heater, as well as some extra space to leave some things you don't really want inside. And the galvanized standing seam metal roof is probably my favorite touch of everything. You know, it makes it that real beachy feel to the place. We're under 10,000 pounds as it sits, and you saw the other side earlier. It sits on a triaxle, so this thing can get towed with 2,500 or 250 and up with no problem. So as we work our way around, everything is hooked up to 50 amp RV power, so it's compatible with, you know, 99% of everything all around the country. So on this side, we also have a full-size, you know, 36-inch exterior door. We use the sliding glass as the main entrance, but we wanted to have another place where if you're coming from the beach or the lake or something, you got sand on your feet, you can kind of come into the bathroom area as more like a wet room or a mud room. You know, kick everything off in there. That way you don't track it through the rest of the house.
Well, thank you for taking the tour with us. If you're interested in renting it or buying it as an investment, send us an email, preferably mastersales1015@hotmail.com.